Keep, trade or return. Keep, trade or return. Keep, trade or return.
Toyota Access makes it easy to trade up to a new Toyota as your life changes. It's one of our lifetime of advantages, and it's changing the way Australians buy cars.
Brett, how's the feeling in the camp?
Jules, we're quietly confident. Got something special up our sleeves today.
Well, I'll let you get inside. Good luck.
Cheers, Jules.
Tab is kicking off the footy season with a wide range of sensational offers and specials. So get your season off to a flyer. Find out more at tab.com.au. Tab. More than just winning.
You spend so much money on food, it's so much more affordable to be able to go out to your garden and pick what you're going to eat for dinner that night. Nothing better in the world than growing your own vegetables.
Assorted seeds, only $1.49 each. Kids Polytray Wheelbarrow, $29.98. A Zito 2400 watt blower vac, $49. Two-tier greenhouse, just $23.90. If you happen to find a lower price on a stocked item, we'll beat it by 10%.
Lowest prices are just the beginning.
Nice. 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 Mate.
Really tough game today, I think. Whilst our midfield was probably
nice.
If you're a Telstra mobile customer, get your 2016 AFL Live Pass or NRL Digital Pass now. It's included in your plan, so activate yours at telstra.com/footypass.
All right, we've got Friday night footy out of the way. Get ready for Super Saturday at 1:30 tomorrow. It's St Kilda and Collingwood, followed by Richmond and Adelaide at Etihad Stadium. That's at 2 o'clock. And then coming up after that, what a beauty this is going to be. Sydney and GWS at 4:30. Then we go up to the Gold Coast to see the Coasters take on Carlton. And that's going to be another big game before we hit the Derby. West Coast and Fremantle. They are ripping games of football. Super Saturday indeed at the home of footy. Fox Footy. Great stuff. Let's go to the lab, boys, for Ultra Tune.
Well, we're just having a look at the way that they went about it tonight, Lynch. And I think that Port will be really happy with their high press and their ability to stifle the opposition, getting goal side. Their work rate was a lot better. If we show that in a numbers sense, and sometimes it tells the story. Last week, the Adelaide Crows stepped through them, got out the back, and were able to virtually run the ball coast to coast, kicking 10 goals too. Tonight, Essendon weren't afforded that luxury. They did not score from the defensive 50 chains going forward, and they had plenty of opportunities. They had 42 opportunities and got 4 inside 50s for no score.
Well, and Kenny Hinkley spoke about that pre-game. He'd be wrapped with the way they changed that around.
And have a look once they got it locked inside their forward half.
Yep.
And this is the press returns. Getting it locked in your forward half, 2 goals, 11 last week, didn't cash in, had plenty of opportunities, but only the 2 goals. Tonight, 9 goals too. It's a massive difference. I mean, it's the game, isn't it? It's where you invest your energy and where you get your returns on the scoreboard.
Better composure with the ball in hand, found some more space, some good blocking for their teammates, so that is the major difference.
Let's go out to the rooms now and have a chat with Travis Boak, who was a workhorse again tonight. He did all the grunt work, the in and under stuff, which is often missed. Really important performance to bounce back tonight, Travis, and you certainly did that in the first half.
Yeah, thanks for having me, boys. Look, I think it was an outstanding effort in 4 quarters. I think we were challenged last week and challenged during the week, and the boys responded really well. But look, it's only 1 week. We've got to continue to bring that now, week in, week out. So look, we just had a bit of a chat then, and we're happy with the result, but we've got to continue, to work on that now.
What was the major challenge that Kenny put down earlier in the week? Obviously a disappointing game last week, but what was the couple of key indicators he wanted you to focus on?
Oh, look, I think defensively that was probably the number one. Last week I think they scored 10 goals from out of the back half, and we just didn't defend well enough. So that was certainly a huge area of focus, but look, we had to challenge them offensively as well, and I thought we did that a lot better tonight. With Jasper coming out of the back line, Matty Broadbent. I thought Pollock had a great game as well. So I thought we were able to challenge them a lot better offensively, and then we were able to hold them defensively as well.
It's a winning industry, AFL. When you don't win games of football, the heat comes from everywhere. Pressure comes on everyone at the club. Fairly or unfairly, there's a lot targeted at Michael Voss this week. How do you think? Do you think that was accurate? Do you think that was fair?
Look, not really. I don't think he deserved that at all. I think as a group, as a playing group, we probably deserved to cop it. We were certainly not up to standard last week, and look, the coaches do all the work during the week and prepare us in a great way, which they did, and we've got to be able to execute it and perform it. And certainly last week wasn't good enough, and look, we were able to bounce back this week. But look, we've got to make sure that we continue to work on that. And 1 week's certainly not good enough.
Obviously, with a few injuries on the sidelines at the moment and big Charlie Dixon up in the forward line, your entries into the forward 50 are vastly different to even, say, 2014 when you're lower and shorter. You're prepared to bomb the ball long on top of Charlie?
Yeah, look, he's a great target down there. So, look, we've got to be composed as well going inside 50. There's going to be the option where we do go lower and hit a lead up, but also we've got that option in Charlie. And what happens when you do kick it long and kick it deep into your forward 50? It's a lot easier to defend, but we've just got to be composed going inside 50 as well and make sure we do hit the right option. And look, because there is going to be options for the lead up, but it's great having the big fella down there as well.
Looked like there'd been a change in method out of your back line. A lot more handball, a lot more excitement, a lot more flair to reward the runners on the way out. Is that done by design, and do you think that'll be carried forward?
Yeah, look, we've always spoken about being, brave offensively, and last week I don't think we were able to do that, and tonight we were. Look, we probably overhandballed a little bit at times tonight, but we've got some great ball carries in that back half, and we've got to be able to use them, and we've got to be able to use our run, and it does start from that back half. You've got to get your numbers back and run in numbers from there. So I thought we're able to do that a lot better tonight.
Trav, you may not be aware, but Mark McClure's had enormous trouble giving votes out on a Friday night. He's in a real rut at the moment. Had a mare last week. From your point of view, who would your 3, 2 and 1 be from what you witnessed out in the field?
Oh, look, it's just a great team effort tonight.
You can't be going with team. Give us your couple of your best.
Give us one.
I think Robbie was outstanding again tonight. I think his work through the midfield was fantastic and able to go forward and kick a couple of goals. And I thought Darcy in his first game was outstanding. The way he came in and just played a role for us and really was really tough and just took the game on. So I thought he was outstanding as well as the first gamer.
No doubt, he's one of the elite players in the competition. You eventually gave us an answer. Well done tonight. Good to see you back in the winners' stalls, and good luck for the next few weeks.
Thanks, boys. Cheers.
Well done.
They were fantastic tonight.
They were fantastic. You know what that means? Robbie Gray's no chance in the Studio One for the votes.
A bit of heat on these votes, I can assure you. Let's have a look at that press that we were touching on. And I think the returns tonight were enormous. I think that they've got this really aggressive mode about them. Bomber spoke about Ken Hinkley staying aggressive. He's not a defensive coach.
Yep.
He doesn't fall back onto really stifling the opposition. But if we just pause that there, you can see the layers of this defence. There's a second layer, not allowing a kick in on the 45, not allowing a 30 metre kick, and this will end up being the first layer. And it drove Essendon back, and it forced them wide, and it forced them to be really slow on counter-attack, and that's why they didn't get a score out of their defensive 50 tonight. And eventually, they teased them into some of these kicks and forced them into turnover. I think that's the way Ken wants to see them play.
Yeah, and as you said, their press was aggressive. It was fluid. It moved back and forth. And the thing we saw last week, Essendon was so good at getting those uncontested marks. 139 last week, only 59 this week. So greatly reduced. So that's a huge win from Port Adelaide's aspect.
What's you make of Charlie Dixon?
Well, I thought Charlie played his role, and They are going in deep a fair bit, and he's providing a contest, and this is what we see. And with a big 200 centimetre forward like this is what you want. It's not all about the marks, it's about making a big contest and being predictable, almost a bailout kick. The thing was, he got a free kick early. He was pushed under the ball. I think it was Gwilt just gave him a little nudge under the ball. I think when you're 200 centimetres and probably 110 kilos, the thing is you want a really strong contest.
I know you're hot on that. He's spin up Port again if you can, and go to Charlie Dixon, because
here we go.
I think Charlie's in the average section. In the average section, he will be a significant player for them going forward. He's the sort of player they need in a finals campaign, someone to go long to with some confidence.
Yeah, and he's not a massive goal kicker. He's kicked a 7 and a couple of 6s over the course of his career, but as we saw, probably below average for disposals. 12, not too bad tonight. He was only a forward 50 target in a one-on-one situation once tonight, but he was target inside forward 50 in a group situation on 12 occasions, so battled along really well. So the return with 3 goals, I think that's about on par for what you'd expect for Charlie Dixon, but it's more about what he creates around.
So have you raised the bar with your standards for him this year? What were your expectations?
No, I think this is about where he is. What we want, Charlie at his best is his second and third efforts once the ball hits the ground to keep it in there. So he can't be one-dimensional. He can't just rely on those marks. He's a good contested mark player, but he has to go second and third effort once the ball hits the ground.
You've seen a couple of things that maybe frustrate you or annoy you about Charlie?
Well, it's the only thing that, from that first free kick, we saw on that occasion, just a little touch and probably goes forward a little easy. His role, again, is not just about taking marks. It's about making a really big contest and, importantly, getting the ball to the front. So he can't get pushed under the ball. He has to be strong under the ball and provide that contest, and that's when he'll be a really good player.
We have to get back to you, Ed, because I think it's nearly time for the votes, and I can't wait to see where he's gone this week.
Go on here, boys. Let's go to the votes. Don't forget, 44,601 people saw this game. Millions of people watching it on Fox Footy around the country, and they're going to be all over Mark McClure's votes. Coming up, the Chic Footy Player of the Year awards. Here we go. Mark McClure.
There's a bit of pressure on here, Ed. I went 1, Charlie Dixon, 2, Justin Westhoff, and 3, Jackson Trengove.
Oh, you're kidding.
They are the best beards of all time. The Chic, you heard of the Chic?
I'm not sure Chic start using one, shouldn't they?
They should start using one anyway, but the votes are this. The votes are this.
They were Chic
Jared
votes,
Pollack
that's for
won.
sure.
They were Chic votes. Jared Pollack. Matty Broadbent for 2. I thought he was terrific down back, running forward. And of course, another one of Kingy's love childs.
Oh, yeah.
Robbie Gray. You can add them to Richmond, you can add them to Ross Lyon, you can add them to a few others as well.
I think you got it right this week, tell us.
I don't think so. There'll be someone bagging me somewhere.
There were no shades
What about
of
the
grey
Chic
in the
votes?
votes.
You like them?
I like the Chic votes.
The Chic votes are good. There were no shades of grey with that. He was clearly the best on ground. There he is, Robbie Gray. Might have 6 Brownlow votes.
22 contested, Ed.
Yeah, he was
22
sensational.
contested.
Yeah, and the other thing is he hits the scoreboard. 2 goals, 1 for the night. Robbie Gray's sensational performance again tonight. Port Adelaide by 61 points. We'll come back, wrap up, and go to the replay right after this. Darcy Byrne-Jones, who kicked his first goal in league football, his first game tonight, just on the phone to Mum and Campbell. Yeah, oh, OK, Mum, got through unscathed. Blood pouring out of his eye, bandage around his head, and not feeling any pain because he's part of a 61-point victory and kicked the goal in his first game. Well done to Darcy Byrne-Jones from the Oakley Chargers, and as I said, originally from Camberwell in Victoria. Well done, son. Congratulations. Welcome to the big time. All right, let's go to the Ultra Tune Lab to go through the predictions tonight. Kingy, the headmaster is in session.
Yes, not pretty tonight, Ed. Not pretty. Not that it ever is.
There's a red pen run out here. It's empty.
I went for Matt Lobey to smash, to be, lob to smash. It was, it wasn't my best work.
No,
let's be honest.
a slaughter.
There's no need for the football so early. I thought he was okay around the grounds. Fantastic.
That lob hit the back fence, I think.
Yeah, that one went long. That one went long. Lynch, you went for Need Gray Wines.
Yeah.
3 goals, 30 possessions, 25. I've given it across because Need didn't kick his 3, but he'll come back very solid because Gray had exactly 30 and Wines had exactly 25.
Well, not bad.
You're a chance to be in the votes.
Jeez.
Brownie, you went for Grey Skies.
Yeah, it was 50 combined and 4 goals.
Unlucky, 50 and 2 goals. It's a cross because it's wrong, but there's a chance to be in the votes. It's all about the 3, 2 and 1 this year. It's not about percentages. So stay tuned. Otherwise, Sellers would never get a score. Thompson, Bomber, went Charlie Powers up to kick 4 goals, just missed out. 3 goals, 2.
1 assist.
Homps, this is the one we've been waiting for. This is
a great tip.
Homps to Danaher. Got some inside mail that Homps was going to go and clamp Danaher during the week, did Sellers. Put a lot of research into tonight. He spent 0 minutes on him for the whole match.
Coaching error.
Ran past him at one stage.
Coaching error.
It's a coaching error. I don't think you understand that, Kingy.
No, I don't understand that.
He still kept you to 2 goals.
Did he? Yeah.
Without even playing on him.
Exactly.
Without even playing on him, he kept him to 2. And Ed went for West on, 14 touches, 2 goals.
Good at both ends of the ground.
Yeah, not tonight.
I feel like Jeff Rains in 1980.
So no
Brownlow votes, even though he won the best and fairest in a premiership year. It's unbelievable. The umpires, it's the conspiracy of umpires.
Yeah, he really moves on quick from this.
Someone's got to get the votes, Kingy.
That's probably cost me half hour in the post-match, that one. 1 vote to tonight. I've given it to you, Lynchy, because I thought your inventive move, Need Grey Wines, 30 and 25 was spot on.
Yeah, fair enough.
2 votes, Bomber Thompson. Charlie powers up, thought he was good. 3 goals too. Had a lot of opportunities and some chances. And Brownie gets the 3 for Grey Skies. 50 plus 4 was 50 plus 2. Strong enough for ours.
Yeah, very good.
Got best on ground. Here's the leaderboard, the all-important leaderboard. And you can see Brownlow style, fair bit of movement there. Looks like we've found that footy that got knocked off during the week. There it is there in Lynchy's hands. Only one with the footy. We've got Sellers leading the way with Bomber. Bomber's been strong. This is his event with yourself, Lynchy.
Where's Sellers?
Couple on 3, Brownie and Derm. And then back to 2, me, Ed and Gerard. So
are we seasonally adjusting it for percentage-wise? Games played and all that sort of stuff?
No, we're not, Ed. That's why we've gone back to 3, 2 and 1, just to straighten things up a little.
Well, Eddie's not very happy, Kingy.
He's not happy?
We never got points. We never got the ticks, did we? And we got votes.
No, I'll go along with the voting tonight. I think that's fair and reasonable.
Why'd you pull that funny face then?
Just
that unhappy face.
Protest.
Protest.
Ed, you should be used to losing.
Yeah, exactly, mate. Thanks, mate.
Says
the bloke from Carlton. You're joking. It's worse than the Logies you see tonight. Unbelievable.
Been great stuff.
We'll go to the break. We'll come back. The replay coming up shortly. Let's go to Nathan Brown from sportsbet.com.au.
Thanks, Eddie. Well, the punters are off the pies. They've eased to $1.58, where the Saints, most of the money in the last couple of days has been for St Kilda, $2.30. Over at Etihad Stadium, Richmond don't mind playing. They've won their last 4 in a row, but the punters are off the Tiggy train. $2.12, out from $1.80. Adelaide have been all the rage since that big win last week. $2.40 into $1.90, now $1.75. Sydney in the Battle of the Bridge have been absolutely solid at $1.40. GWS $3. They did beat them in the NAB Challenge. Gold Coast, well, they're all the rage up there at the moment. Rodney Eads men are flying. $1.15. Carlton, the punters are giving them no hope at $5.75. And way out west, the Derby, well, we can't really figure this one out. West Coast form up and down. Fremantle no good either. $1.35. Fremantle $3.25. That market hasn't moved. Now, if you place a head-to-head bet on any AFL game, your team leads at any break but goes on to lose that game, we'll refund it back up to $50. But above all else, please always gamble responsibly.
Well, Ken, 10-goal win, but are you satisfied with that one tonight?
No, I'm not satisfied, but I thought we played pretty solid football for most part of the night, and we'd rightly copped a fair bit, and we had to recover some of that, and we had to recover some belief in the way we play. So it's a good starting point, but it's certainly not perfect.
So you started well, but it didn't really take it on after that.
Yeah, I disagree with that. I thought we played a pretty solid game of football for 4 quarters. I think we held the side to 50, and they beat Melbourne the week before. There were some things going against us early in the week that we had to respond to, and then we also lost some players. So I thought it would be very disrespectful to Essendon if we said that wasn't a good performance.
Well, comparison, Ken, to what you said last week, the lots went wrong. What do you reckon you got right tonight?
I thought we just set the ground up pretty well tonight. I thought we were able to play the style of football, because everyone says plan A doesn't work or you need plan B, or that's okay. But when you set up properly and you execute the way you can, it makes everything look a little bit better. But I just thought we set the ground up better. Defensively first and then offensively second.
And a big positive tonight was Jared Pollock back to his running best. His first half was terrific, especially. Is that a real positive from tonight for you?
Yeah, it was really good. Because Polly's been out of form. He's not out of form's probably a bit tough. He's coming from a long way back. I thought the other positives was Jimmy Toumpas on the other wing. I thought both the boys who we've brought to the club, showed tonight what we liked about their game, and hopefully they'll make us better players, a better team. Sorry.
Ken, when you set up, and particularly in defence, did it seem there was more of an emphasis on looking after opposition players? Is that a fair look at it?
I can understand you asking that question, Rich, because that hasn't looked like that for the last couple of weeks. But that's the way we always set up. We always set up to look after and not to let what we would call simple goals out the back happen. Now, we've played against a couple of sides that have made us look poor in that area. And to our credit, we had to make some adjustments without changing a whole game style.
Yeah, Ken Hinkley there, pretty much to the point. Pretty happy to get his 61-point win and get going again after last week's disappointment in the showdown. All right, boys, let's head to Johnny Ralph in the newsroom. for an update. Some stories breaking while we're on air tonight. Talk to us about Nathan Bock. Take us through what there's a fair bit of furor on just what was going on.
Oh, no doubt. Now, ASADA has abandoned its case against the former Gold Coast defender. It was described as an extraordinarily strong circumstantial case, and that was that he self-administered the banned peptide CJC 1295. Now, these are the facts as we know it from the AFL's own tribunal and also from Chit Legrand's acclaimed book, The Straight Dope. That Dean Robinson, who was not yet at Essendon, he said the peptides were actually labelled as CJC 1925. Bock injected them. They were sourced through Stephen Dank. Bock paid $800 for them after he picked them up from Dean Robinson's house. Now, the ASADA investigators in 2013 recommended that this should be a trial that should proceed, and as it was described as by Chip, the strongest case ASADA has had against any AFL player. Now, right now, Bock is coaching with the Southport Sharks. We know that other players, including Prismal, have been banned from doing exactly that. So we know that Essendon's case was extremely circumstantial. It's not to say that they shouldn't have been banned, but even this morning, Gillon McLaughlin was talking about players being banned from fun runs. He said, we need to have consistency with the WADA code, and I think that's all people would ask for some consistency. Essendon is upset. It's been called gross hypocrisy by Stephen Amendola, who is James Hurd's lawyer. And look, there's been a lot of confusing things that have been written and have been said, but I think we agree we need consistency here.
All right, Ralphie, I'll ask a question to you and to Bomber Thompson at the same time. Bomber, would you expect Essendon now to really ramp up this appeal, to throw everything at it as much as they possibly can now? Would you hope that would happen? I mean, how do you react to that when you hear that?
I don't like that. Made me sick in the guts today when I heard that tonight. The fact that people like Prismal have lost their job and Mark McVeigh is working with GWS, can't work for a whole year. And there's no proof that any of those blokes actually took that drugs. Like they might say they've got proof that some of them took it, but there's a lot of blokes that didn't take it that have missed a year's work too. And it's actually ruined their careers and character, reputation.
So when you say you felt sick in the guts tonight, is that because of the injustice of the situation, the hopelessness of the situation, all the above?
Yeah, it's just the way the whole thing's gone out, and just to easily throw it out. And I think Melbourne was another club, and there's other clubs that were sort of half involved, and you've only heard what what people have wanted us to hear.
Fair enough. All right, Ralphie, there's a fair bit to go, a bit to run in this story.
Sorry, mate. Yeah. Because what the AFL said at the start was we want the truth. We really want to know what happened here. Yeah. That's what they originally said. Yeah. There's been so many people ducking for cover and trying to hide the truth. It's better if you just get it out there. Get it out there.
Do you reckon, Bomber, that there is still a lot more to come out? There is still truth to be put on the table, and you're calling for that to happen? For everyone just to put the cards on the table now and cleanse the game in this situation?
Well, so we put the players through, three and a bit years of it.
Yeah.
And all they want to know is what happened. And we can't provide that for them. We all should get in the room, honestly, and just say what happened.
If you could be the chairman of selectors, who would be in that room?
Oh, the AFL people, ASADA people, the players, Robinson, Dank, everyone.
Yep.
Yeah, Hurdy, myself, Doc Reed.
And sort it out.
Sort it out.
And the players deserve that, don't they?
They do.
Yeah. All right, Ralphie. Next question. Dustin Martin's got some issues at home. We know that in recent times his father's been deported.
He has, yeah. He remains in extraordinarily good spirits, and he's determined to dig Richmond out of the hole that they are currently in. Despite what is, as you say, a horrible situation, his father was deported on Wednesday. He was rushed to the airplane by immigration officials. He is in Auckland now. He's been in almost daily communication with his son, and he's told Dustin that he's got a very good chance of appeal. Now, we're not exactly sure whether that is the case, but what is absolutely fact is that Dustin is a very good frame of mind. He believes that his father will be back with him in the same country within a matter of weeks or months. And so as Richmond try and push very hard for a second win of the season, at least Dustin is absolutely in the right frame of mind to do that.
All right, and the teams for the weekend, any late mail?
Well, a couple of big outs for teams who are facing off on critical games themselves. David Mundy out with a calf for the Western Derby, absolutely massive. He's been replaced by Tendai Mzungu. Now, Jeff Garlett tweaked his ankle on Wednesday. He did not come up. He has been taken out of the selected side. Billy Stretch comes in for him. And Brad Crouch is out with a hamstring for that big clash against Richmond at Etihad Stadium. Jared Lyons comes in. And just finally, too, Luke Hodge. Now, of course, we know he's a Warrior. 4 to 6 weeks out with that broken arm. Of course, he wants to make a late play to play next week against St Kilda. He has had that plate put in. He is training now without much discomfort. So if he can get through next week, might just be back at least 2 or 3 weeks ahead of time.
Fair enough. Good on you, Ralphie. Great reports tonight. Of course, course, that story from the Gold Coast tonight, the Asada story, is going to have a lot of repercussions. And Bomber, thank you very much for your honesty tonight and answering those questions. I know you're sick to death of it, the whole situation, but it was just interesting to sit alongside you and see the passion that you showed tonight. I'm sure the Bomber fans all concur with the thoughts, and I think everybody does with the thoughts you expressed tonight. All right, it has been a big night tonight. Port Adelaide winning by 61 points. The Bombers, well, if you can get beaten by 61 points and be gallant in defeat, they were probably that tonight. They fought out hard and certainly weren't disgraced. But Port Adelaide going 61 points. Let's sit back and enjoy the replay again from Adelaide Oval of Port Adelaide and Essendon. Good night, everyone.